Hello everyone, great to have you here. Bienvenue, Madame, Monsieur. Je suis très heureuse d'avoir être ici et présenter le science panel avec Rabobank et SAB. Jag är väldigt glad över att vara här och presentera Rabobank och SAB. I'm very happy to be here to have this panel discussion with Ralph and Ali from Rabobank and SAB. The session will be in English, so don't worry. I'm not going to speak more Swedish. I'm not going to speak more French. But I will start first a couple of minutes just bragging about Capgemini. And then I'm going to go to the really interesting stuff. So, as you might know, Capgemini is a quite large system integrator. Worldwide, we have around 360,000 people. Headquarters in Paris, France, where I'm also based. Although I don't speak with very French accent, I am from Sweden originally. In Capgemini, Pega is one of our largest partners. Only in financial services, we have around 1,000 people working with Pega globally that I'm heading, and more than 2,000 people globally working with Pega in all the sectors. Last year, we won the award for Best Pega Partner in Financial Services, and this year we won the award for Best Digital Transformation Partner of the Year. And it's interesting, and the reason why I'm mentioning that is that the purpose for this presentation is both of those areas, both financial services and digital transformation. So without further ado, I would like on stage Ralph van der Riet from Rabobank first, Tech Lead Digital Customer Process in Rabobank, and Ali M. Al-Nas, the Technology Development Manager for Retail Banking Technology and Enterprise Solutions at SAB Bank.
Thanks.
Welcome up.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can get this to work. So great to have you both here. Thank you very much. And Ali, maybe you can introduce yourself and just tell us a little about SAB Bank.
Certainly. Well, thank you very much for having me here. I'm so honored to be with you. My name is Ali. I head the business automation and integration in SAB Bank. We are actually part of HSBC Group. SAB is one of the known banks in the region, and it is the leading bank in commercial banking in Saudi Arabia. Under the leadership of His Excellency, Crown Prince, the Vision 2030 aims on expanding digital transformation under the National Transformation Program. And driven from that vision, SAB have set digital transformation and automation at the heart of its strategy. So the business challenge that has been given to us was to invent digital twins for our customer onboarding and lending projects. This has allowed us to evaluate 12 good tools, and we've selected Pega at the end. So what Pega have allowed us to do, look at all the integrations and allow us to orchestrate all of that and integrate with all the internal layers. And we couldn't have done that without the help and partnership with CG. CG has been a great partner with us. It allows us to join forces, and with that we were able to achieve a lot of success in the area.
Thanks, Ali. So Ali, did you spend all those millions of euro, millions of dollars, or millions of Saudi, I don't know the currency.
Saudi riyals.
On something useless, or have you seen any business outcome? I mean, you're earlier on, maybe you haven't done Pega for the last 15, 20 years, but have you started like, what was it, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, it's less than that. Probably we are on the 18 months of implementation. So for us, there is two aspects to it. So first of all, technical enablement. So for us, we started with an ambition that we want to have real-time processing, and we were able to achieve it in a lean implementation within less than a year. So we followed an approach that is not followed in the region, and probably worldwide. So we have embedded our Pega DX API within our digital channels, and that allows us to orchestrate the requests. What it helped us with is we were able to run all of the government identification. We were able to run the credit check, do the policy check, etc. And we were able to give a real-time response to customer. On the business aspect, what we were able to is we enabled our customer to apply for our products and services from the comfort from the homes and offices. And what that allows us is it allows the customer to obtain the service as well as to complete the legal binding completely digitally. And this is one of the things that you probably won't have. You won't see it in other banks in Saudi, because the digital signature is a fairly new technology. And in Saudi, by law, you cannot really start any relationship for any product unless you actually sign an agreement on paper. So, and they've recently replaced it with a technology called digital signature, where it actually embed an SSL certificate within the PDF, and if you tamper with that PDF, it will void that SSL certificate. So with Pega, we were able to embed that digital signature, allow the customer to complete the product or service, sign it digitally, and then doesn't have to visit the branch at all. So, and we've done that for personal finance, for credit card, and we're doing it now for mortgage. We've done it for customer onboarding for large and medium corporates, which kind of big deal for us. Some of the numbers that I can share is, so far we've created 185,000 applications on Pega itself in less than a year. And one of the really interesting facts is it takes you 4 hours from the first to click until you get the loan dispersed. 4 hours. This is compared to a full week, before Pega. For credit card existing to bank customers, it takes 7 minutes. It takes you 7 minutes if you're in an STB. So this is amazing. This is compared with 4 days of work. And you have to visit the branch, and if the application is rejected by ops, you have to come to the branch again and fill it again. Now we can do it in 7 minutes. For new to bank customers, for credit card, for the new to bank customer, we've kind of looked at it from a different perspective. We kind of had some learning, and we've designed it differently. So what we did is we set a goal, and we said, this is the ambition, and we want to achieve it. So what we did is we said, we want to complete the journey in less than 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that allows us to kind of go back, challenge the policy, review the risk appetite, and then we were able to trim down the initial journey from 60 clicks to 18. Yeah, so and that product will be put in the market very soon, hopefully in the next 2 months. Yeah, for the corporate, you can open an account in less than a day. And you're talking about, several weeks at the past. And for us now with the corporate, this is a big deal. Because, and probably you heard Rob, he said, it's very difficult to do it because of the complexity of the corporation. And we were able to do it on Pega. And, the beauty about that, it was completely Pega. The interface as well as the back office. Yeah, so these are some of the outcomes we've gotten.
That's really impressive. But what I take out from this is also that when you do these kind of digital transformations, when you do this kind of technology changes, you also need to do changes within the business. You're fairly new on your journey. Has there already now come up some things that you wish that you knew before you embarked on the journey?
Yeah, definitely. So let's start with the personal finance. So in personal finance, I know that we've created the end-to-end journey now, and we are proud of what we made. But when it become in practice, we realized that it could have been better ROI for us if we had started with the branch journey, because of the customs there. People are more, when they want to make an investment, when they want money, they will come to the branch. They're not used to do it online. So what happens is, people apply, get rates, and then go complete it at branch. So initially, this is not that we didn't know about it. It was just the business priority at the time. And we were kind of following a digital-first approach, and this was the ambition to do it on digital channel first, then on branch. The other thing I would say that we would know about before is that Pega is very expensive. Yeah. So
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. So this is just to put a caveat around it is expensive, but it's also valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the return of investment is huge for us, and we can see the value of it right from the start. It's the value realization is happening very soon. Yeah, and the third on the technical aspect is, we found out that self-service, when we built the self-service and the back office, they actually share the same executable and database. And when we found that it created a problem for us. It was flagged by our security team, and they said, you guys have to find a solution. The bank follows a multi-tier network, so you have to zone your networks and making sure that whatever exposed to customers sits on a network zone, whatever internal has to be also kept internal. So we had to come with workarounds. So if we knew before that, we would have built the architecture differently. Yeah, so this is one of the the lessons that we have learned so far. So, and as you said, we're brand new to the experience, but we're kind of growing with it.
Yeah. Earlier on in your journey, have you changed it? Are you thinking about changing something in the setup and how you work with Pega?
Well, as a start, once we've launched Pega in production, we start realizing that Pega generates a lot of data. And a lot of it is good. Yeah. It generates insight and data that we want to use. And having it locked in Pega created a problem for us. We want to move it. Yeah. We want to push it to our MI team so they can understand what went good and what went wrong and create opportunity out of this data. Yeah. So what we did, we implemented Bix plugin, which allows us to kind of convert the data in Pega from the blob format and push it to our enterprise data warehouse. And we had to, do that setup within Pega. So that kind of changed a little bit in our setup. But now we're completed. So data start flowing automatically to our enterprise data warehouse. Yeah. So this is one of the things that we have changed in Pega. The other thing is, which is not technical, is we are still maturing in our operating model, and we are setting our center of excellence with the help of Pega, and we are actually maturing with the help of CG. We are seeking help on how we can optimize our local team, as well as optimize our relationship with CG in order to create value and create a sustainable operating model. Because Pega can grow up very fast, and the architecture becomes big and big. And as soon as business and other IT departments sees the value of it, everyone wants to take a piece of it. Yeah. So this is some of what we've changed so far.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more point, I think on the cloud, this is something that, maybe will be restricted for us. We won't be able to go on cloud for obvious reasons. See, in the region, there are laws in Saudi where you cannot really ship your customer data overseas, and you cannot even use technology where there's a possibility of your data leaving the country. So there is always the tendency of us that we want to grab into this cloud, enablers, but we at the end we have to either localize it or just forget about it.
I think that that's not unique to Saudi Arabia, I can say. So, Ali, question to you then. You mentioned that Pega is expensive. Mm-hmm. I would kind of agree with that, or at least a high threshold, I would say, in your case. So obviously you need to think about things like return on investment. How are you thinking along those terms?
Well, for us, customer experience and customer satisfaction is considered one of the biggest non-dollar return on investment. We are now known to be a digitally enabled bank. It allows us to outreach to as many customers as we can digitally enable. We also, proud to announce that we have won some of the awards globally in SME as well as on other areas because we provided excellent customer service. Some of the ROI probably won't be able to share with you exact numbers for obvious reasons, but I can share some indication that can allow our audience to understand the value of our achievement. So today, 50% of our credit cards are actually issued digitally. And this is from probably 3-4 months of operation. So that means 50% reduction in our staff at the branch. The other thing is we have an increase of 400% of account application for SME. Wow. 400%. And out of it, 300% increase in actual account opened. And that turns into a 333% in revenue for account opening itself. So these are big numbers in a year to say. In terms of operation efficiency, we've reduced our operation overhead by 60% for account opening only. So you see those numbers, and if you can apply them in other areas in the business, I think the overall collective ROI is significant. Okay. Yeah, and I think we cannot just take that credit to ourselves only. Our preferred partner CG has helped us actually to achieve that, and we're so thank you for all of that.
We're super happy to support you on your journey. I think that we have only like 2-3 minutes left. So Sharon, if we have, maybe we could take 1 or 2 questions from the audience. If there's anyone that wants to ask any question, otherwise I can come up with a tough one.
Doesn't seem to be any questions. Oh, there's one here.
Okay.
Hi, I have a question for Ali about what you said about customer satisfaction and how it's really a non-monetary metric. I'm wondering if you've looked at the correlation between higher satisfaction scores and higher revenue or lower cost to serve that you could plug into a customer lifetime value model.
Yeah, well, that's an excellent question. You see, the correlation is there definitely. But I think I need to check with business if they have created any correlation model between the value that has been created and the customer satisfaction. But definitely, me as a customer, if I can get a credit card from my cell phone, probably between traffic, that's a huge advantage. My wife, tried to apply for a credit card 3 times, and this is my bank, and she couldn't get it. Because every time she tried to fill up the application, it gets filed and somehow never gets approved. So this is a huge for us. So customers, we can see the value right away.
Okay. I think that's all we have time for today. So Ralph and Ali, thank you very much for participating in this, and a round of applause.
Thank you for having us.
With that, we conclude. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.